All right, welcome back everybody. This is the TLS Round of 8 and we are going on to Game 2 in NeMu versus eOnzErG.
Yep, we are indeed. After a slightly interesting game one, in which both players kind of showed definite potential to bring out some good stuff here. eOnzErG did end up triumphing, so it's going to be 1-0 going into the next set against NeMu. NeMu, I'm sure, won't be able to really deal with that, and will be just dying to get this next game won. So I'm wondering if he's going to break out something a little bit crazy here, just to try and show eOnzErG who's boss.
Indeed, but before I forget, Elegant, we actually had people make some cheerfuls for today. Oh, we love cheerfuls. If anyone doesn't know what a cheerful is, it's basically those signs that people hold up when they're in the live crowds. Since we don't have a live crowd, we have, people just uploaded cheerfuls that they made, and, here are some of them. They're actually quite amusing.
I've got the stream on just so I can see these.
Oh yeah, they're really good. There's actually, I think there's one for all the players today actually. eOnzErG, NeMu, DeWalt, and Zeke.
Oh god.
The Finding NeMu one is the best. This is so creative.
That's great.
Man, I think there were 5 there, and NeMu had 2 of them. So in terms of cheerful votes, he has the most.
It's like
if that
it's
means
good.
anything.
Kind of NeMu gets the jokey cheerful, and Zeke gets the serious cheerful. I think that's really nice. Shows the polarization between kind of approaches and attitudes. That's really good. That's funny. I like it. Great cheerfuls, guys. Keep them coming.
Yeah. So with that, yes, game number 2. It's going to be on Electric Circuit, and NeMu. I don't know if he saw these cheerfuls before playing the games, if those inspired him at all, but
well, it would inspire me, just saying, if I was him.
So he's going to be playing TVZ again on this map, and as I said yesterday, I think this is a pretty good map for TVZ, at least statistically.
Yeah.
And I got to remember not to talk about yesterday's results either.
I keep having to try and do that. It's such a slippery slope. I keep slipping stuff in. I think I've made a few errors, but yeah. Well, I'll say no more.
Alright, well, why don't we just go into the game and we can talk about today's games?
Yes, as we seem not amazing at doing for some reason, but yeah, let's go for it.
Here we are in game number 2. At the top right as the teal Terran, we have NeMu. At the bottom right as the purple Zerg, we have eOnzErG.
Yes, we do. Here we are once again. I mean, it's funny how we always go with talking about games on different days. If games happened yesterday, we'll talk about the games of yesterday. If games are happening tomorrow, we'll talk about the games that are happening tomorrow. It just seems to be the way we operate. So, yeah, so sorry about that, guys. Try not to slip too many spoilers in if you haven't already seen the VODs from yesterday's matches. But yes, once again, Electric Circuit, another interesting map with the mineral only back expansion, which kind of confuses me because it always looks like a kind of off-place building placement whenever anyone takes a base there. Yep. But hopefully, once again, going to show some interesting games. I always like to see what guys can do with the temples, and of course, for both Zerg and Terran, the temples provide a nice opportunity because of both siege tanks and lurkers coming in at roughly the same time in the game. So players can always kind of use those to their advantage and make some crazy shenanigans. We haven't barracks going down on 8 right now as well, man, for NeMu.
Another 4 8 racks at his natural. I think I like this slightly better on this map because you can do a link type wall in at actually both the front of the natural and between the natural and the main. So kind of, if you poke around with your Marines and in an emergency, if there's a bunch of links heading to your base, you can just straight away wall off and be okay. This was actually why going for 8 racks was I think quite a popular strategy on Andromeda, because you could do something very similar. And not only could you wall yourself in, but, well, actually it was quite similar to this map, because even after you walled yourself in, you not only had your natural expansion, but you also had that 3rd mineral only in the back of your main, so it could lead to some very aggressive Terran play. You don't think they'll just go for the 12 edge.
Yeah, and a lot more standard from me on. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that this opening can lead to some really kind of interesting economy kind of builds from Terran in the early game, so we'll see kind of how it goes for NeMu. Scouting in the top left-hand corner. I'm often a bit kind of skeptical of random players' abilities to really play very specific games like that, though. I don't know if it's just me, but I often think they're more likely just to try and kind of play a more standard game, and their knowledge is going to be less specific and less detailed. Don't know if it applies to NeMu necessarily.
Yeah, I think that's actually a very, very good point. On the other hand, maybe he actually did, prepare a little bit in advance for this matchup. I mean, he had basically a whole week knowing his opponent, so perhaps prepared something like this. But then again, maybe he just does this all the time. I mean, he racks Michael as well, so
that's true.
This could just be his thing. Random players, of course, are known to be a little bit cheesy. Anyway, it looks like the first two Marines are coming down with a single SCV. Oh no, sorry, two SCVs. One of them building the bunker right in vision of the Overlord. Let's see how many drones eOnzErG pulls this time. He has actually... Oh man, he stacked them to the natural gas at NeMu, and they're going the wrong way. Oh my god, he used the Overlord to stack them, and they're going in the back. Oh no, eOnzErG! He's wondering where his drones are. Oh no, the map has completely boned eOnzErG.
Oh my goodness. That is a disastrous move, because of course what some of you may not know is if you rally your drones to your opponent's natural on this map, they will go behind your own base. They will not go where you actually want them to go at all. And now he's having to defend at the last second. The first bunker is already up, so now NeMu is just able to leapfrog forward, and it's going to be really hard. eOnzErG needs to be able to take out all his SCVs to not let that next bunker go up, but he might be able to get the surround on the bunker, and he may be able to make a decent situation out of this yet. NeMu is repairing that as fast as he can. All the drones are still pulled. It's going to be edgy. There are still 3 Zerglings remaining. The drones are going down as well quite rapidly. That's a surprise that the Marines are targeting down the drones instead of the Zerglings, but it looks like finally, at long last, the Marines are going to be pushed back. The bunker's going to be taken down. That was not quite as bad as I imagined it might be.
Man, I thought eOnzErG would just die straight away. I can't believe he's still alive right now.
That went maybe even better than last game.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think if NeMu had pulled like 2 more SCVs, he probably would have won that convincingly. Another mistake he made was that the 4th Marine didn't go in the bunker. He had an SCV there instead. Oh no! Bunker! Finish! Get in the bunker! Get in! Oh, actually it's fine. No, it's okay. Don't panic, guys. We're fine. Okay, no, never mind. We're not fine.
We have more lings coming in from the back. It looks like eOnzErG might continue with the ling pressure, although he's switched on to drone production now, so he's just going to make do with what he has. But those 3 lings are going to do their best to make life difficult. We don't have ling speed on the way in, so they're not going to be able to do too much, but they are going to be a little bit of harassment possibility for eOnzErG for a little while, and that's going to be annoying for NeMu to have to be able to clean up. One of the lings on very, very low health though, so I couldn't imagine that one lasting too much longer. There it does in fact go down. Let's see if he can grab any more SCVs before he inevitably loses these lings eventually. I imagine to grab one more right there, and meanwhile eOnzErG throwing down his gas, and it looks like he's going to carry along a standard tech path for now. But I think NeMu's actually come off worse in these engagements overall, I have to say.
Yeah, the only benefit he has now is that the 3rd hatch actually isn't down yet. I think that's... well, actually, I'm not sure, because the timing's all funny now, because, that weird opening. It looks like it is going down now. I think that actually might be fine. Yeah, actually, no, I think it's actually completely fine. I expected the game to be a little bit further along than it actually is. So, yeah. Anyway, looks like everything going standard after that crazy opening.
I like when that happens, when kind of the opening goes mad, one player bashes down another player, the other one fights back, and then it just kind of resets itself because everyone's damaged everyone else, nobody's feeling like fighting anymore, everyone's a bit jaded, let's all just go home and make a comedy. And that's kind of what's happened here a little bit. That is definitely off place.
That is off place. I was just going to say, Elgin, I think this is legitimately off place here.
Just look at that, it's actually in line with the bottom mineral.
Yeah, it should be at least 1 or 2 hexes higher to get the most efficient mining. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal though. One thing I can actually see why this might be slightly better is that any units rallied from this hatchery, since it's lower, they might not actually get stuck in the back. Depending on where he rallies, it might be easier to have them go like out to his natural than if you put it like 2 hexes higher.
If that were true, I'd be very impressed.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think like Bakryu might know about because he's just ridiculously smart. I'm not sure if he like told eOnzErG about it or something. I don't even know if it's true. I just made it up. I could just be completely wrong, and it doesn't make any difference whatsoever in the rallying.
Yeah, I'd like to see that happen. I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, it definitely depends on where you rally as well. I mean, obviously, if you rally to your opponent's base, they'll still get stuck. but it might make it easier to rally to the natural. Anyway, the Terran has gone for a fast +1 attack, fast +1 attack upgrade for his Marines, going for 4x now as well. And basically doing exactly the same as he did last game.
Yeah, this is looking very similar. I think did he only go for 3 racks last game, or did he actually go for 4? And I just kind of missed it.
I think it was 4. Yeah.
It was 4. Okay, yeah, 3 racks. Bit weird. Okay, so yeah, once again, eOnzErG throwing down the early Hydrogen Stem, but this time no messing around, no Spire at all. Just going straight in for the Lurkers. And this could be what I was talking about before. This could be something involving the Temples. We could well see that come into play.
Yeah, I think it definitely is, especially with all these speedings at the front. He's basically making sure that there's no way that NeMu can actually leave with a scouting SCV or anything like that to actually see that the back door is being broken down, at least from the outside. But obviously, if he's careful, he'll send an SCV on the inside, but it looks like he's not doing that, actually, surprisingly. He did just scan the Zerg space. I don't actually know if he's seen the Hydrogen, but he is going to start moving out with these Marines. Let's actually see where he builds his turrets. It doesn't look like he's building any turrets in his mineral line, so I suspect that he has actually seen it, and he's sending SCV to the back now as well.
Yeah, I think he's all the indication is that he definitely knows what's happening, at least to a pretty good extent. And yeah, an SCV is going to go out there and he's going to throw down a supply depot in order to block, which is a very, very sensible move from NeMu as well. But we do have a lot of Lings outside his natural expansion. They're going to run in. They're going to be able to get a good surround off on all these Marines. All these Marines are in huge trouble, just exploding everywhere. The bunker is going to be in serious trouble as well. But it looks like eOnzErG is happy with that damage, able to dart in there, take down a bunch of Marines all at once, and pull back again. That is seriously damaging for NeMu. A nice opportunistic play there by eOnzErG.
That was a really nice attack, but I think he actually had to do something like that to make it worth it, because he made a lot of Zerglings there, and if he didn't do any damage, that would just be a wasted bunch of units. Oh man, he's got a Hydra stuck in the back. That's going to be bad. Oh man, this map is so annoying with that. Oh, all the rally points going wrong from that hatchery. So it looks like my little theory about the rallies didn't really work there. Although I guess, to be fair, he is rallying to the front anyway, so it's definitely going to get stuck. But NeMu's got to be really careful with his Marines. That was still a very effective attack, and there's still a lot of Lings on the map.
Yeah, that is still a hell of a lot of things. I mean, if another surround goes down, even with this Marine count, in conjunction with just a couple of Lurkers, then this Ling count is easily enough to be able to absolutely make mincemeat of those Marines right there. So he needs to be super, super careful. Even in his natural, I don't feel like he's entirely safe at this point. He's still in a little bit of a tenuous position no matter what. If eOnzErG would decide to all in, it could still work out for a Zerg player. So this is scary times to be NeMu. And he's moving out with only half his Marines right now. That is definitely not going to be safe. And I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. One Marine stimming forward.
Oh, they are. I thought they were stop Lurkers.
Some of them are. He stopped them now, and now he's unstopped them. I don't know quite what was going on there.
They were stopped at the beginning, right?
Yeah, I'm not just imagining things right there, am I? And I think he stopped them again.
They definitely hesitated before attacking. Yeah. Oh man, he's got to move the things back. He's targeting down one Lurker. He needs to move back out of Lurker range though. And there we go, pulling back nicely. Only losing a couple of Marines there, and going to engage the Zerglings. This is exactly how you need to engage Lurker Ling. It's kind of like in PvT where you fight the Terran when the tanks are unsieged. In TVZ, you got to fight when the Lurkers are on borrow. But it looks like he's going in now. All the Lings are down. He's getting a good spread on the Lurkers, and he's going to take down all the Lurkers. It looks like yes, he will. Wow, bad engagement there for eOnzErG.
Yeah, horrible engagement right there for eOnzErG. Pretty much his entire Lurker count bites the dust in one. He's coming out with more reinforcements from his natural, though. Will he be able to get a good position on NeMu's Marine count? The Marine count is still not that strong, and it's now all rather badly clumped together. So if eOnzErG can get in there, he can do some pretty serious damage to this. It looks like he's going to run in. Nice target firing right there from NeMu, but the surround is going down. The Lings are all going way in on the Marines without taking too much damage somehow, and these Lurkers, however, dribbling in. Looks like NeMu is going to just about be okay versus this. eOnzErG throwing away quite a lot of units in that endeavor. I'm surprised that those Marines were able to hold out for so long. I think eOnzErG needed to collect his army a little bit more firmly, and I think he just maybe got a bit overexcited, saw the opportunity to try to take it when he wasn't quite ready.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Elegant, and now he's going to be facing some more tech units, a couple of siege tanks, and eOnzErG just GG straight away!
Oh!
After throwing away his army twice, eOnzErG decides that he no longer has a chance and is just going to throw in the towel straight away, so NeMu evens it up 1-1.
Wow.
Just like that.
Wow. I rather felt like that was the fault of eOnzErG rather than the play of NeMu. I mean, NeMu showed some decent Marine control and some decent decision making in tough situations, but I think eOnzErG just got way ahead of himself and possibly even, I dare say, underestimated his opponent.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those situations where each attack he was like, I almost have it, I just need like 12 more Zerglings and I can just win the game. So he just kept throwing the units in, rallying them in, but in the end the Marines were just too efficient, and it was definitely good micro from NeMu though, targeting down the Lurkers. That's exactly what you want to do, and doing some nice spreads as well, and just able to take it. I'm surprised it actually went to that point though. I mean, the beginning of the game, Elegant, let me remind you, was an 8 racks bunker rush with the drones going the wrong way.
Yeah, it was a
And yet
bit of an
eOnzErG,
off-kilter game, wasn't it?
yeah, I mean, somehow he actually came back from that kind of okay and made a game out of it. So
Yeah.
pretty crazy just from the get-go.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, it was a bit all over the place right from the start. So I guess we move onwards and upwards. Let's get ready with the next game. See what more these players can throw at us.
Indeed. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Let's do it.